So, I shouldn't have let this snake hang out around my face. It was my mistake, and I paid for it a bit. It's not a good idea to let any snake really hang out around your face. But let's talk about it some more and see if we can learn from my bad experience.
Hi! 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 Hi!
Welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you enjoy learning about reptiles and having a good laugh, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
Hit.
Smash it. Smash it. Smash it right now. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Hit. Mas.
Smash it.
Mas.
Okay.
Mas.
So it started off with us all getting together and watching Home Alone. It's one of everyone's favorite movies, so we watched Home Alone 1 and now we're together watching Home Alone 2. And since Ariel wasn't in the snuggliest of moods, I decided, anytime you watch a movie, that's a perfect time to spend some time with some snakes. And for me, I like to kind of hold different snakes on rotation or spend more time with snakes that I know might need a little bit more attention or a little bit more work. Specifically, the Superdwarf Retics seem to have a lot going on, very hyper, especially at first, and it takes a long time to get them to kind of chill out. So here, I'm hanging out with Calypso's brother, Nintendo, and he is a 50% Superdwarf. He's about 2-3 years old. He's a Super Platinum or Super Fire, which is called an Ultra, and he is het for Anery. So Calypso is the visual Anery, and he is just carrying it. But when it comes to personalities, Nintendo is pretty chill once he's out, but when I take him out of his home, that's the only time I might get a little bit of a strike because he'll be a little home defensive. So what happens with some snakes is they're inside their home, they feel safe, they feel comfy, and then you open up their home and they're like one of two things. Either they think, you're going to feed me right now, yay, where's the food, I'm going to come get it. Or they're like, get away from me, I'm safe, you're scaring me, you're too big. So Nintendo's a bit of a scaredy cat. Whenever I'd take him out of his home, he used to pee and poo on me and try and get away. So it's like he wouldn't really bite me that much. He would mostly just run away from me, pee, poo, spray pee all over the wall, and I'd have to clean it. So these things are what could turn people off with retics or super dwarfs or certain animals. It can happen with basically any of them, but I find specifically that when you look at snakes, I find ball pythons are more, they're scared, but they're not bitey, so they'll just kind of hide or run away from you. Boas will be a lot more kind of like this most of the time, where they're curious and want to know what's going on, and they'll hang out with you and stuff. And then retics, it takes a little bit more work. They don't come out as naturally chill, although I've seen some that have been crazy calm. I haven't hatched any from babies myself, so all the snakes that I have here or working here with that are super dwarfs came from other people. And so far I've been able to get lots of, just even seeing Nintendo behave like this, that's quite an accomplishment, to get a super dwarf that kind of always wants to explore, go around, what's going on, and him specifically because he's a little scaredy cat. But you see him there, he's chilling with me, we're having a good time watching a movie and just chilling out. The thing that makes them so tricky is they can change their mood pretty fast. Let's say now he's hanging out on my belly and I haven't touched him or like massaged him or anything, and then all of a sudden he goes to sleep, kind of forgets where he is, and then I go grab him quickly and he freaks out and I get bit or something. Stuff like that can happen. So that's why I try to spend as much time as I can, kind of like you're pushing the boundaries. You're touching them, playing with their face where they're kind of the most sensitive. And it's a lot better and easier to do when they're babies and it's less dangerous. So as I've said before, I don't really ever try to get a snake to bite me. I'm not trying to get him to bite me or anything. I'm trying to kind of like push boundaries and kind of get him over his fear of me, because the thinking behind it is that if he's okay with me touching him in the face, giving him a head massage and whatever, then he's going to be okay with anything. Like, why work on just playing with the stomach and or like his back or rubbing his back if he's not as sensitive there? So the face is the most sensitive. He has heat pits. He can sense heat. He can smell things. So if I can get him used to me kind of like petting him in the face, playing with him in the face, then anyone's going to be able to touch him, pet him, be friendly with him. Avery's going to be able to hang out with him, and I'm not going to have to worry about anybody getting hurt or him hurting me or me hurting him or anything like that. So that's basically what the point of this is, what the goal is. For I'd say 90% of my snakes are totally okay with being held, being played with. And this guy, Nintendo, if he was to crawl around my face or something, I wouldn't worry about getting bit. Really, as safe practice, you shouldn't let any snake be around your face. But, like, we can now look at dogs, think about dogs. You know, people let their dogs lick their face and they kiss their dog, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's the same thing. Like, you could say that no one should ever do that because there is a chance that they get bit in the face, right? So same thing with snakes. If you're going to do that, if you trust the animal enough and you think that there's that level of trust and comfortability with each other, then no one really can tell you not to. It's just, it might not always be like that, like what happened to me today. But we'll get to that in a bit. So the other thing that happens with retics or super dwarfs, like I don't know because I don't keep mainlands. I only have like 6 super dwarfs. So what I find can be challenging with them is, let's say all of a sudden they want to eat. They'll just like sometimes move around everywhere, try to get out, try to find food, and they'll start rubbing themselves. So you can kind of see on the top of his head, he's got a little bit of a white spot. He's rubbed himself and rubbed his scale off, and that is why he's got like a little white spot on his head, which will basically heal after a few sheds. But with the I don't find this ever really happens with boas or ball pythons where they all of a sudden have like a sporadic need to like get out or get away. And I don't know if it's because of, lots of people say temperatures. Sometimes it's the temperature, which is understandable. It's getting too warm for them. So they want to like get somewhere cold and they can't find a cold spot. So they start freaking out, trying to get out, and that can happen. Or maybe they feel unsafe. So the home is too big and open. They're trying to get out. And it's kind of what's the most annoying with super dwarfs, but it's also kind of interesting because it's kind of like getting them set up is like a puzzle. It's like you're figuring out a puzzle sometimes. Does this snake want to hide? Like, I have to put more places for this snake to hide, or I have to, give it less places to hide. I have to put it in a bigger home. I have to put it in a smaller home. What's going on? And anyways, now we have Calypso. So Calypso's Nintendo's sister, and we have her here, and she's there chilling, watching the movie. We're having a good time. And I was thinking, I've been holding Calypso every single day for probably 20 days now, and she's been good. I haven't been getting bit anymore. So here we are hanging out, and I was filming it because I'm just like, look, see, we're having a great time. She's not trying to bite me, and everything's wonderful. At the same time, this is kind of freaking me out a bit because I'm just like, you know, I don't want to get bit in the face, so I kind of take her, I move her past my face, because I'm like, if she bites me in the head, whatever. But, and then we see what happened, right? So, Calypso just can't really be held anymore like that, because it's dangerous, so I can't, I have to make sure that her face is away from mine, and it's pretty easy to do that, so I'll do that in another video to show you kind of how to handle a snake in a way that's safe for you. Hope you enjoyed that. You think that Calypso bit me in the face and that's funny?
Yeah.
Really? That's not nice. I showed Avery the video of Calypso biting me and she started laughing.
I so babe.
You love me?
Yeah.
Even though I got bit in the face?
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny face.
Are you gonna make it better? Are you gonna...
Yeah.
How?
It make better.
How? Do I get a kiss in the eye? Oh, all better now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Thank you. And that's why you always have to be careful.
Yeah. I bruised knees.
You bruised your knee?
Yeah.
How?
I bruised knees.
Uh-oh.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Now make sure you...
Take, shaker. Take, shaker.
Yeah, click the circle.
Yeah, I did.
And then watch this video or this one.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yes. It's not that hard. Which one appeals to you more? Is it this one or is it this one?